Hello, I'm here with Samantha Hinkleman. She is a senior on the women's swimming and diving team at Franklin College in Indiana. How are you, Samantha?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking. Let's just go ahead and jump right into some questions. So you started at Franklin College after your freshman year of college. Where did you go before, and why did you pick that school?
I decided to go to IUPUI for my first year of college, and the reason I chose that was, well, one, I didn't want to swim in college, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to swim there. And two, I liked the campus. It really made me feel like it was going to be my home. I liked the buildings and the class sizes, and I thought they had a lot of interesting things that went along with it. And so that's why I chose to go to IUPUI at first.
I gotcha. Why did you initially not want to swim in college?
I swam, well, I have been swimming for a really long time, and before college, I felt like I was getting to the point where I was just done swimming. My body couldn't take it. I just kind of was burnt out from swimming, and I loved my high school experience, but it also wasn't my favorite experience my whole life. And so I thought swimming in college was going to be the same thing, and it just wasn't something that interested me at the time.
So did you have like other schools like contact you in high school asking maybe like, hey, do you want to come swim for us? And would you just not respond? Were you completely over it, or how did that experience go?
I did have a couple coaches from different schools. I don't remember what schools reach out to me, and my parents made me do a swimming recruiting profile thing just in case. And so I talked to a couple swim programs, but I most of the time I just ignored them because it wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Yeah. So what kind of made you want to make that switch and come back and swim in college after your freshman year of not swimming?
Well, it turns out I had a really bad first year of college. I just really didn't have many friends, and I missed the team atmosphere, and I just missed being on the team, and I missed the sport in general. It made me feel good. I loved the people, and it just made me miss it all around.
Great answer. So what are the biggest differences you've noticed of college life, like swimming in college versus not swimming in college? Like, how would you kind of differentiate your different experiences doing both?
When I didn't swim in college, I was horrible at my time management. I would always put my assignments off to the last minute because I'd be like, "Oh, I have so much time to do these," and it didn't make my grades suffer, but I didn't do as well as I wanted to. And so a big part of not swimming was I just didn't know how to manage my time as well. And then when I started swimming, it helped me be able to manage my time well. I was able to plan out when I had classes and practice and where I was going to do homework, and then that way I wasn't staying up till 3 a.m. finishing assignments.
Yeah, totally. So you kind of talked about how you liked swimming in high school, but you didn't love it. How has swimming in college changed your outlook on the sport of swimming?
Swimming in college has made me have a whole new love for swimming. It is a lot different than high school, and I don't I know why, but it's kind of hard to explain. It was just the college team I chose, I got to choose myself. It wasn't something I just had to grow up and join. And so it made me realize how much more I loved swimming. Can you restate the question, please?
Yeah, like how
What
is it?
was different?
How have you changed? How has swimming in college changed your outlook on swimming?
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, it just made me love the sport and my team more because I got to choose them and they got to choose me. So it was a lot nicer to have people who I knew liked me and wanted me to be there. Not that people in high school didn't, but it just was different. And it was people who wanted to be there instead of their parents forcing them to swim or
Right. So, what would you tell someone that maybe chose to not swim in college, but is currently in college and maybe wants to make that change and get back into it?
something. If someone wanted to swim in college and or didn't already and wanted to, I would definitely tell them to reach out to coaches, do research. I actually only reached out to one coach, which was Coach Andy Hendricks, and he was welcomed me with open arms. Was like, of course, we'd love to have you on the team. We went in depth and talked about it. But even if it was more than just one coach, I'd recommend reaching out to different coaches, saying your situation that you want to get back into it, and just explaining why you want to get back into swimming and that you think it'd be really good for you and that you like the atmosphere and stuff.
Right. So, as you're graduating this coming spring, do you regret making the choice of changing colleges and swimming? Why or why not?
No, I would never ever regret making the choice to swim in college and switching colleges. My first year at college was I was not in a good mental state. I really didn't like it. I didn't think college was for me. And then when I transferred, not only because of the swim team, but like schools and stuff, it made me realize how much more I love swimming and how much it does for me. And it just all around was like the best decision I ever made. So I'd never change my decision.
All right, awesome. And my final question is, how do you think swimming in college is going to help your future, as opposed to someone who maybe didn't swim in college or do a sport in college?
Um, I think it helps me just become like a more rounded person. Like I've met a lot of people in this sport. I've met a lot of coaches. A lot of the people in my sport and my coaches have really helped me become a better person. And I just really think it'll help me in the future having connections and those people who always were there to support me.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Samantha. And yeah, thank you for coming.
Of course.